So I got the autoimmune thing started in August, right in the fall. But in the summer of 2019, I was like going to like Chicago, New York City, because I was gonna do comedy school. I didn't want to do that. Like, I had known I didn't want to do that, but like I was still like, because I didn't know what else. Because I was like, man, like school doesn't sound fun. I want to go to comedy school. Like I guess that's the only thing that I know about that's creative for real at the moment. Like for like that I've put more time in. So I'm just gonna go to school for it. And then in New York is when I started. In July in New York is when I started feeling pain in my body, and I was like, man, I can't even, like, this hurts a lot. Like, and I thought it was a reaction to medicine, but it wasn't. It was like this autoimmune thing from stress, and that like put me out. Like, obviously, I couldn't move anywhere, so I had a lot of time to think.
Mm-hmm.
And what's really interesting is like I wasn't in school. I was trying to take classes online just to, because I felt like I wanted to get stuff done. Like I felt bad just staying there, but like there was weeks I couldn't even lift up my head out of my bed. Like, it was in so much pain. And so like I was in my own quarantine, like, of myself in fall of 2019, right? And then when I finally got better and I finally started getting out, it was like January 2020. I was feeling really good. I started like losing weight again, just getting like back in it. And then quarantine hit everybody. And everybody dealt with it like horribly. Everybody was like, this is horrible. This is crazy. And I was like, man, I've been quarantined. I've been in my own quarantine for the past 6 months. So I'm like, I know what to expect now. Like, all y'all have no idea. Like, I've been in my house. Like, I haven't been out. So like, I was kind of doing my own little quarantine thing because of my health. And so when the actual like COVID hit everywhere in the pandemic, I wasn't like, I was used to it.
Mm-hmm.
So like, it didn't mess me up any. And I just started focusing. I just used that as time to work on.
And like you said, you did the self quarantine, and then COVID hit, so that allowed you to like zero in and focus in on redevelopment, if you will, like reconstruction of who you are.
Exactly. Yeah.
So it was like a blessing in disguise.
Exactly. Yes, it was. And like, I think it's interesting because like, for like it's called Still's disease is what I have. It's called Still's, like STILS. And it was like, it really just made me be still.
Mm-hmm.
Like, like in my life, like I slowed down everything. I wasn't going fast no more. I had time to think. And that's when I found music in the fall of 2019 is when I found that I actually did like really love music. And I actually put out a whole album on like all platforms in the fall of 2019. And I took it down because I didn't like, because like when I started to like actually get good at music, like when I put out New Days, I was like, we're gonna take this down.
You sitting on that album right now?
The other album?
Yeah.
Oh, that's gone now. I ain't putting it out. It was old. I made it on Audacity, man. It was all mixed on Audacity.
Oh man, I was about to be like, how much you need? Send me them files. Let me see what's going on, baby.
You don't want the files. You don't want the files. It was crazy. You would have thought it was a whole different person, man. You'd be like, "Is that Zac?"
That was Toothpick.
That was Toothpick. That was probably the remains of Toothpick.
Well, we back, we live, we lit for another episode of A1 Live Podcast. I got a dope writer, dope MC, dope artist. This guy got hella songs out here that you guys, if y'all ain't in tune with it, y'all need to get in tune. His sound is like no other. He's a burst of energy, breath of fresh air, man. I got Zac Mason in the building.
Man,
what up, Zac?
That introduction was amazing. It gave me culture, bro. It gave me culture.
You got to be an amazing person to get an amazing introduction like that. So you know what I'm saying? You gotta pat yourself on the back. You feel me?
Appreciate it. I appreciate it.
Yeah, man. But let's get into it, man. First of all, like how your weekend starting, man? How your weekend? It's summertime. It's here.
It's good.
We back outside. How's it going,
man? I got a new job recently. I've been moving. I've been moving houses and stuff. So I'm a mover. So I've been sweating, man. It's been crazy.
Where how you get into that? Like, so what you like when people move out and people ready to move out they call you?
Yeah. Call? They call the company I work for. It's like it's a family friend of mine, but we work. Hey, Newt's moving. Louisville, Kentucky. That's where we at right now. Louisville, Kentucky. That's
Hey,
what's up.
that's hella dope, man. That's hella
But
dope. See, a lot of people during this pandemic has found many ways to, hustle up and create their own businesses, create their own streams of revenue, bro.
for
During
sure.
this pandemic, like how has the pandemic affected you, whether good, bad, or indifferent?
The pandemic changed my life. I think that I wasn't as serious or as focused on music as I was before the pandemic. And I've been making music for since 2018. And it started as like, I did it for fun, just to like, just express myself and everything. But then I started getting serious about it. I was like, this is awesome. And during, pandemic, I would work on music like 10 hours a day, 12 hours a day. I'd just be down here just working on it. And I think like that changed my life. Like it really helped so much. Like I was just always posting on social media, putting videos out, trying to get in people's faces in a good way, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And yeah, it's awesome. I started just doing music a lot during that.
When you say change your life, like were you on the verge of like what, like stepping back from the music, or were
I
you?
was I had been in the hospital in 2019, like that fall, right? So I had been in the hospital with some autoimmune stuff, and that I didn't even know I had, right? So I was kind of like bedridden for a little while, and it was like my bounce back. I found myself. I feel like I found, and like my way of expressing how I felt was through music.
Absolutely, man. Like, I'm glad you was able to bounce back. If you can, touch on that a little bit. Like, go in a little bit on that. You know what I'm saying? It might be somebody that, out there right now that's on the verge of that teetering and don't
Yeah,
know how to bounce back, don't know how to find that light at the end of the tunnel. Touch on that a little bit,
yeah.
Zach.
All right. Well, um, honestly, I had been in a bad relationship and caused a lot of stress. The stress brought out the autoimmune disease. It was a joint thing. So I currently am actually taking a shot like once a month for it. But like I'm strong again. I feel the best I've ever felt in my life. I would just say keep pushing. Like you could stop one day, but the next day could be the day you're gonna sign that record deal. You're gonna get that bonus. You're gonna get that promotion. So like you don't want to stop this day because the next day could be your day, and you never know. So just keep it going.
And you say you in a relationship. Did that relationship, not to, we gonna get all. I like to talk about everything. I like to go in
For
depth with
sure. Hey,
the
I'm down.
artist. So not only do I like to talk about the music, but I like to, sit down and have a little bit of, therapy, if you will. Like,
Yeah.
did that relationship like kind of discourage you from like, all right, man, like I'm not about to, all right, man, like I'm done with, not done with women, but
Yeah,
like
nah,
done with
like
like seeking and being with a person, or did that drive you? Like how did that?
it drove me. It drove me. I didn't like the way I was treated. I didn't like the way I was looked at during that whole time of my life. So I changed. I changed that. I was like, all right, I need to be real about things. I need to be real about myself first.
Yeah.
So that's what happened. I just got real about myself. I took myself more seriously because if you take yourself seriously, people are gonna take you seriously. So I
And
started doing that.
you say take yourself seriously, and since we on the topic of relationships, a lot of artists. Do you find like, in your opinion, right? Is there room for artists to like go full throttle with their dream, go spearhead, like straight ahead with their dream, and still have room, even if it's somebody that you rock with? Is there room for artists to balance both worlds, like my artistry and a love life? Like, do you
Definitely,
see?
definitely. I think. I mean, I'm in a relationship with somebody currently. And I think it's cool. Like it's like with the right person. You gotta be with somebody that supports you, supports like what you're about, and doesn't want to get in the way of that. Like I feel like two people who are independent in their own lives, but like there to support each other and be there for each other. I think that's what at least I need as an artist to give me room to create and do what I do. But yeah,
And
I
that's
feel like
big, man.
it's definitely a
And shout
thing.
out to her, man. Shout out to her. Salute to her, man, just for being that help
Definitely,
meet, man.
definitely,
You know what I'm saying?
definitely.
Because a lot of people don't understand. Like, it's hard, just whether, and that's with any relationship, whether we have a intimate relationship with somebody, whether it's a homeboy, whether
Yeah,
it's a family member. sometimes we need those relationships to say, hey, keep going. Hey, you almost there. Hey, man, like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Whether it's a words of encouragement, whether it's a pat on the back, whatever it is, you know what I'm saying? Whether it's,
definitely.
let me go take you to get something to eat. I know you've been working hard, whatever it is, like, you know what I
Yeah,
mean?
yeah, definitely. It helps,
Hella
man.
dope, man.
And like,
Hella
I feel
dope.
like people don't realize it sometimes. Like, I feel like people could take it for granted or not realize, like, and I feel like the person that's giving the support doesn't realize how much it's impacting people.
Absolutely, man. Absolutely. So we got to make sure that we make sure that we show them that we appreciate them just as well as they appreciate us,
Yes, sir.
man. That's hella important, bro.
Yes,
That's
sir.
deep, Zach. You know what I'm saying? When the R&B album coming out, I know you got like, since
Hey,
we on
man,
the subject, you feel me? You know what I'm
listen.
saying?
Hey, I always been saying, like, I always be joking with people like, hey, I'm finna drop an R&B album and it's over after that. But like,
You
I
gonna
mean,
do you gonna do it
I'm
like the
doing.
old school covers when they be laying on their side, like, that's how you know you. That's how you
I
know
can
the
see me
R&B. That's
doing
how
that.
you know it ain't
That's
nothing but
something I would
ballads.
do. I would do that. I would definitely do that.
Let's get straight into the music, bro. Your
Let's
latest
do it,
single,
man.
come around here. Production by
Yes.
Jared
Hmm.
Twyman.
Yes, sir.
Production
Jared
by
Twine,
Jared
man.
Twyman. How did y'all link up, and what was the
Oh
inspiration
my
behind the record?
goodness. This dude's incredible, right? I met him for my freshman year of college, and we weren't roommates, but he hung out in my room a lot. And he was into music, and I wasn't really making music back then. I mean, I actually started with stand up comedy. Um,
Really?
I did a lot of stand up comedy, so I was really goofy and stuff. I made funny music, and it annoyed him so much. He'd just be like, "Bruh, stop." But we was chilling, and I mean, we both left that college to go different places. He's from Cincinnati, so shout out Jared Twyman. He's got his thing. He got 18th Vineyard going on. He's got a lot of different things he's doing right now. But he's an amazing producer. We started out as just like cool friends for real, and then I got into music, and he saw me start taking it more seriously. And he always was like, at first he was weird to work with me. He was like, oh, like I don't know if I should, do it yet, because like I just want to see what you got, right? So, we're still best friends at that time, and I just kept working hard, improving myself, sending him my stuff, and eventually he was like, yes, like let's do it. Like I want to make you some beats. Like I got your style down now. You
and,
found
and
yourself.
that's how you know when even whether it's an artist or producer, that's how you know they they care so much about their craft that they're not just giving their beats to anybody. Like,
Yeah, definitely.
because you
No,
got
yeah,
artists out here that's hitting your DMs like, yo,
yeah,
I got 50 beats. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
but that's how you know. So I like that. I like that,
He's very
man.
particular with who he gives his beats to. He is.
Okay.
And it's cool because like he started making tons of beats for me. He started just hitting me with beats like, hey, you like this one, you like this one, and it's a cool thing we do. It's a cool like I'm very happy that we can do music together now.
Are
And come
y'all are
around
y'all
here,
planning on are y'all planning on maybe doing like a whole project together? Or?
we've talked about it. We've talked about it. But come around here was actually he came to my studio here, and he had this beat he made right in front of me. It was kind of a skeleton of a beat at the moment. It wasn't too like in depth or anything, but he told me to stand in the mic, so I just started like making noises, freestyle, whatever, just saying random stuff, different flows, and then we didn't do anything else after that. Like that was kind of it for like a month, and then finally we were on like FaceTime, and he played the beat again, and I was like, I like that beat, man. He was like, you said you didn't like it the first time you heard, like you didn't have anything for it, and I was like, I like that beat. Let's listen to the recording I did, and we started listening, and we found the come around here. Like I had said that, I had freestyled that, and I was like, let's make that the hook. I like that.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
then we
I
sent
would
it,
love to hear the raw version of that. Oh man, I already know.
man.
Like, because I love to be able to do that. I love to see those be the best songs when you just the music playing, you playing around, and then
Yeah,
y'all get to see what you know what I'm saying?
yeah, it's awesome. I love it. I love it. It was super cool. And then we got Apollo on there, and he's incredible. I'm back in the day. I remember I used to want to work with him a lot. He's from Cincinnati as well, and he wasn't ready to work with me yet, but I sent him this the like what me and Jared had so far, and he was like this is fire. Like I love this. I want to be on it. So
Yeah.
we made it happen. It was so cool. It was my first R&B song, so it was just sick being able to like see the R&B thing instead of the hip hop and rap under there.
Yeah.
on like Apple
Yeah.
Music and stuff. It was so
Absolutely,
cool.
being able to touch all genres, and that's what makes you grow as an artist when you can, come over here. Of course, when you can body what you already do, but then
Yeah.
jump in another lane, do that just as well, and they be like, especially when you get that, no, this ain't you, bro. They're like you know what I'm saying, when they
Yeah,
can't
yeah.
believe it's
Oh,
you.
yeah. That's the best. I love it. I remember on my song TTYL that was like came out before Come Around Here. Um, it was like my first song I was kind of singing in, you know? And like a lot of people told me I had some like Ian Dior sound going on and stuff like that. And then the second verse I rapped. Like I went back to my rapping. And they were like, "Who's that feature you got?" And I was like, "That's me rapping." It was cool.
They
It's
think
cool.
it's two different people. Now, before we get to
Yeah.
TTYL, because that's another one of my favorite songs. Come Around Here. Can we expect the maybe some visuals for that, or
We I think once my album drops is what we want
and
to do.
then you
I'm
will
looking.
start touching bases on, okay, what's the single, what's this that, like
Yeah,
okay, okay.
exactly. Yep.
TTYL, yeah. Let's get to my favorite track. TTYL. Talk to you later. For those that don't know the acronym, talk about that track. Talk about like the creation process for that, man. Like that's hard body to cover. Who did the cover? Like, give me the rundown, bro. Like school
I
me. I'm
I did the cover. I bought the beat. I bought the beat from a producer online. Right when I heard the beat, I came up with the hook immediately. But I couldn't record yet, so I was just like walking around taking videos, like, voice memos, trying to get the hook. You know, I was pumped because I knew if this hook came out the way that I had in my mind, that it was gonna be amazing. And I was like, it just has to come out that way. Like I have to make it come out that way. And when I finally got into the studio, it came out that way, and I was like, this is crazy. And so I did the cover and everything. But that's like my one of my favorite songs I've ever made.
yeah.
Definitely my favorite song I put out.
Me and Joey West, man, we was talking, we was having a conversation, and your name came up because you one of them guys that we were just like, yo, man, like we need to take the guys, them gems. We need to get all the gems together. And your name was one of the ones that came up, and you had just dropped that single when we were talking about it. That we was like, man, like you know what I'm saying? He one of them ones, he got it. Like he got it.
Yeah.
Sound wise, subject matter, all of that, like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Because it's
I
hard to
appreciate it.
find, like, as an artist, it's hard to find like your true sound. Like it's hard to
It is. And I don't think anybody ever really finds their true sound. I think you just keep, growing, changing.
yeah, absolutely. Let's go back just a little bit. You released your first project, New Days, last year, April of 2020, right?
Yes,
First of
sir.
all, how did it feel to finally get your first project out here? Like this is your baby, this is your
Man,
first boy. How did that feel?
it felt incredible. I always had an issue with like saving songs. I would always like make a song and drop it right away. So that was my first like body of work that I took time with. It's hard not to. It's like I get so excited about it and then I release it. I don't even give it time to like marinate. You know what I'm saying? I just kind of like just throw it out there. But these were like the songs that I had given time, and I was like, this is awesome. Like, it was crazy.
Mhm. A dope body of work, bro. Like super dope body of work. Like okay, so you drop it. How did people receive it? Did they receive it like you expected them to, or?
Yeah, they did. I planned for it because I had doing stand up comedy, all that goofy stuff that I did. I mean, it kind of dug me in a hole as far as being taken as a serious rapper, an artist. You know what I mean? So like, at this point, I wasn't just starting from like the bottom. I felt like I was starting from like 6 feet deep. You know what I'm saying? Like, I had dug myself down. So I was like, all right, I gotta do this. So I went harder. Like that was like my mindset the whole time I was making it. It was like I'm proving myself now. So like I did it and it felt amazing. Like, people were like, I didn't know you could do this. I did like it felt good, man. It felt really good.
Yeah, it's like a badge of honor, bro, that you could just wear and it's out there. So you can wear this badge of honor forever. And then it's
Yeah.
nothing like putting something out there and you proud of like because don't get me wrong, like when I first started doing music, I was just so happy to record it. I was putting trash out there. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Me
Not
too.
not 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 album wise, but once I finally did create a body of work, I was proud to let people hear like, yo, I was like, yo, you need to, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Oh, if you like track 5, wait till you get to track 9, like that type of,
Yeah.
situation where I was like, I went from being shy and not knowing what they thought to when they heard it, if you don't like this, something is wrong with you. Like, you know what
Yeah,
I'm saying?
exactly. Yeah, exactly. And
Hella
that
dope, bro. Let's talk about comedy a little bit. Like, what made you like we gonna put the music aside, talk about comedy. Like, what made you know that you was funny enough to do stand-up comedy?
honestly,
And
like,
then what made you want to shift gears to rapping a little bit? Like talk about that a little bit.
okay. So I got into comedy in high school, and I'm like the youngest, like probably like the only by a lot of years, like the youngest comedian in my city at least, because that's just not something most people do at that age. And I got into it just because everybody always told me I was funny. I was like, bet, all right, you think I'm funny? But then it's a different when you're being the funny guy in a group versus being the funny guy on stage, right? It's just a different story. But I was watching Kevin Hart, man. I love Kevin Hart. He's my favorite comedian. I was loving Kevin Hart. So I got up there, I went to some comedy clubs, I did it. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it a lot. I have some crazy stories from that, just like weird experiences, just like for the crowd.
Give me
Like, I
one
mean,
of them, bro.
I
Like,
did
give
it,
me
dude. I
one.
did one
Give
in
me
the Hollywood.
one story that just stick out in your head like the most.
And the last time I ever did stand up comedy was in a Holiday Inn, and that was when I was like in the crowd. Like, it just wasn't. It was just a sketchy like experience. Like the whole thing was just made me uncomfy. From like no like I mean like no hate to the people in the crowd or anything, but like it was just kind of like a vibe that I was just like I don't know about this, and like a bunch of like 40, 50-year-old comedians were there, and I was like like they were still doing it in the
They
Holiday Inn.
already stuck in their ways. They don't know the new wave because
Yeah,
they don't even. A lot of people don't understand like comedy. Yeah, like some things stay the same, but then some things move with the time. And if you don't understand moving with the time, and you're not gonna understand it.
yeah,
You're not gonna get the
exactly.
punchline if you don't know. Like if you, especially if
Yeah,
you're not up on today's culture. Like you know what I
that
mean?
happened to me a lot. Like I would say things that like I would relate to, people might relate to, and then the whole crowd would like not understand it too much. And I'd be like, this isn't fun. But I got out of that. I switched to making music because I felt like I I was always trying to find a way to express myself creatively. Like that
Okay.
was just my number one thing. I'm a creative person. I just love just creating things. And when I was younger, I used to like write stories and like try to write books and stuff. And then I got into comedy. And then I was like, I feel like with comedy, the main thing for me that I just kept thinking about was like, I feel like with comedy, you gotta be like happy. Like your goal is to make people laugh. Like in the end. And I was like, I'm not always happy all the time. Like I'm funny, but I'm not always happy. So I was like, what's something I can just express any emotion I'm feeling in so many different ways? And I was like, music. Music's that way. And I'd always loved listening to music. I always, listen to just different artists ever since I was younger. Just like when I'm mowing the lawn or something like that, I just pop in the headphones, listen to like whoever. And so I was like, I like this a lot. Like that was my way of doing it. Cause you can make a sad song, a happy song. You can put funny punchlines in the songs. You know what I'm saying? Like, like I like that. You could do
However
any.
you feel, however it come out is what you can, what
Yeah,
you can present.
exactly. So that's how I got into from comedy to music. That's
Yeah, hella dope, bro. Like, okay, so I mean, and you have like just looking at your watching your videos, you know what I'm saying? Looking at your Instagram, I can tell you have such an explosive personality. You know what I mean? Just
Thank you.
how much you move around and interact, bro. How much of that is you being an artist, and how much of that is really who Zac is? Like, you know what I mean? You know how
I think
sometimes like a person to pour it on a little bit thick for the artistry. You know what I'm saying? How much of that
yeah,
is Zac Mason the rapper and Zac Mason the.
it's all me. It's all me. So I have Tourette's. Um, like the noises and stuff like that. But it's like a brain thing. But I feel like it's like it just makes me more like my mind doesn't stop moving. So I'm constantly going and I'm constantly thinking. And I feel like that helps me with my music and stuff like that. Like it helps me just talk to people and just be like I'm just super energetic like a lot of the time.
And that's hella dope that you brought that up, bro. Like, cause and like I say, like this is the podcast where we like to not only just just share positive energy, but we like to give out information and give out misconceptions that a lot of people don't understand. You know, double down on that a little bit. Explain like what a person like that a person might be watching this and don't understand like your I don't know if hardships is the right word or just just living everyday life and just having an artistry and then still having this this defect or whatever
Yeah.
like explain that a little bit and explain some of the misconceptions, like clear up some of the misconceptions that a person might have. You know what I mean?
About like Tourette's.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Well.
And as it relates to being an artist or as it relates to just living an everyday life, like you know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I use just first off, I use Tourette's like I use music as like an escape. Like when I'm recording, when I'm making music, I don't tick. So I'm so focused and so into my music that I don't do that. So that's like, why when you like hear me rapping or singing, like you don't hear me like ticking or even like a difficulty, like, oh, like he's kind of hesitating there. Maybe he's like having some issues. Cause like I just don't think about it. And honestly, I think what I always like struggle with, like, especially in the beginning as an artist was like, and like still now, cause like, I mean, I haven't rapped about me having Tourette's ever. I plan to rap about that on my album. I plan to get into that and dive in. But I feel like during high school and stuff, like people would be like, have it harder as far as like the outside world goes. Like they, have some family issues or like, not that much money or, drugs in their family. They would always, have conversations with me about that or like come in and talk about that at my school or wherever. And then I feel like sometimes they would get on me. Like if I try to chime in, they'd be like, you don't know what it's like to have a hardship. You have a perfect family, this and that. And I'm like I just don't say anything because like I never thought they would understand. You know what I mean? Like because Tourette's and this autoimmune disease, like I have two little medical things going on, like, and it's affected me in big ways.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like just because like, maybe it looks put together, like, I have an amazing family. I love my family, but it's like I still have hardships too. Everybody has hardships of their own. Everybody. But
Absolutely, bro. Absolutely. And the best thing about that is just overcoming, and that's overcoming anything that hinders us or anything that we might in ourselves see as a hindrance. Like
yeah,
somebody on the outside looking in might not understand or might not get like, okay, but like anything that we feel like that might hinder us, just getting over those things. A lot of people don't understand that that's hella dope, and just
yeah,
to be able to just put that into your music, bro. Like that's dope that you were able to just, you know what I mean? Like you say, you
yeah,
haven't talked about it on your album yet, but you know that these are things that will be able to come up. Like you know what I'm saying?
yeah. Definitely. And
Because yeah, we like to for a person to listen to music, like yeah, we like to bop and dance, but we like to listen to some real stuff, especially when we get into
definitely.
the artist. Like when we get to know Zac Mason, we want to know what's
Yeah,
going on, bro. Like what did you eat today? What kind of apple was it? Was it a red one or a green one? Like what's going on?
yeah,
Like
yeah,
you feel me?
yeah. I
You
like
feel
that.
me?
I like that. Yeah.
Hella dope, bro. Since your first project, bro, how much would you say you've grown as an artist, and in what ways?
I've grown so much. I've grown in I think I just somebody told this to me recently, like a week ago. They were like saying how comfortable I sound when I rap now. Like on any track. Like I feel like before it was me trying to rap. It was me like and I was doing it. Like it was me like, focusing, on rapping and stuff. But now it's just like me getting on there and just saying what I'm saying. Like I'm so comfortable on it. Like it's hilarious. Like I just feel so good. Like I'm just like this is like home. Like I'm just grooving.
Yeah,
I'm just
yeah.
like it's awesome. But that was like my main thing. That thing with that changed everything else.
You in your bag, bro. Like you in your bag. That just and that just come with experience. You,
Mhm.
you know what I'm saying? That's when it's for you. Like I was looking, like I say, I was doing my homework and you a star. Like you got like what they say, like the ingredients of being a star. You got all the ingredients. You got all the right things. You got the look. You got the sound.
Appreciate
Of course, you got the pen game. Like you know what I'm saying. It's only a matter of time before you shine, my brother. Like you know what I mean.
it.
For
Man,
real.
thank you. I
Yeah,
hope
I was
I'm
looking
trying.
and
Trying.
and like I say, going, tapping into me doing my homework. I was looking at one of your videos for the sit back record.
Hmm.
who directed that, and you know how much of your vision was in the video, because you know from you playing the piano to the little eye candy that was in the background,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
it looked like y'all put a lot of energy and thought into that video. The record is hella dope. If y'all get a chance, please go Zac Mason Zac Mason on YouTube and check out that Sit Back record. The record is dope and the visuals is
Definitely.
out of this world. How much of that was you and the director, and talk about the, you know, the mindset behind that?
Well, so the director, her name is Naomi Ritchie. She's actually from Germany. She's dope. She speaks like
Mm.
7 languages, man. She's sick. Um,
How you hook up with her?
she goes to my school. I go to it's called Lipscomb University. It's in Nashville, and
Mm.
it's awesome. I'm studying music business right now. That's my major. My minor's commercial music, so I'm taking those music classes. But she had been wanting me to make a music video. I had a lot of songs, and I just wasn't like feeling them for a music video yet. You know, I wasn't ready. And then she finally came to me and was like, all right, you know, I have to do a final project this semester. And I get to choose an artist to do a music video for. So I want to do you. And I was like, bet, let's do it. Let's rock it. And then, you know, I had this song that I was working on with the producer that actually hit me up from Nashville that was like, hey, I like your music. Like, I want to make you a beat. So like, it was like, okay, bet. So, you know, it was all just like people were just being really cool and like willing to work for like free, you know, like just jumping in there ready to work. I was super excited. So that was like a project for her, like for like a film festival at that school. So we got third place in the film festival. I
Salute
think
to
we
that.
I think we should have gone first, but you know what I'm saying?
You know what I'm
We got
saying, but
third
it's
though. We got
okay.
third. It was cool. It was so cool. It was my first ever like professional music video. And honestly, she sent me the script. I didn't really tell her any ideas. I said, I want you to just be creative freedom with it. So she sends me the script. I look over it. I'm like, this is cool. I like this a lot. Like, you know, this is what I wanted. Like first come out as like my first big music video. I want this to be the part of me that shows. You know, like come out strong. And I think I did that. It was super cool. It was
Bro,
crazy.
it looked like it was just natural. You talking about that was your first professional music video, like
Mhm.
you were natural from the sit down at the piano to the getting up, moving through the rooms, like you know what I'm saying. You on the steps like that look like I'm looking like I'm watching like you know one of these pop stars out here like in a
Yeah.
music video. You know what I'm saying? And I
Totally.
could tell that your chemistry and the chemistry with the director was just you know what I'm saying.
Yeah, because we were cool beforehand, so it was just so fun. I was so excited to see what she had in mind. It was so much fun. The school actually like funded the whole music video and gave us
Mm,
and we did it in the mansion that the school owns. So it was just super cool being able like they just funded it all.
yeah.
They're like you have one day to do it. We're like bet let's do it.
And see, that's what I'm talking about. See, what that's what I mean by utilizing what you have. A lot of guys be crying because this person won't give me that or this, that, and the third.
Mhm.
But sometimes we have what we need right in front of us and not even
Yeah,
utilizing it.
we do. Like if I want to go make a music video today, like if I had a song ready, there's like I'm in Louisville currently because you know like school's out, but so I'm in Louisville again, which I love. But I got people here. Like I feel like if I want to make a music video, I could go do it. And one of my friends that's like a good videographer can like just help me out and get it going. Like I got a lot of talented people that I know, and it's exciting.
Yeah, and hella dope, bro. That's what I'm saying. So, you know, from you know, you having the producers like like Jared, and then you having homegirl that's the director, like, you know for sure that no matter what, even if I don't, you know, spread my wings and fly a little bit, I know that I got these set of people that's gonna give me
Yeah,
what I need, like for this next project. Like, you feel me?
exactly. Yes, and it's nice. It's nice to know that.
Yeah, absolutely, bro. So, like, okay, so when you approach a project, let's say you're working on your new project right now. When you approach a project, like, do you go in saying, okay, I need a single, let's start off getting these singles together? Or do you say, let me just create and trust the process and then all of that? Like, when you coming into a fresh project, it's a clean slate.
Clean slate, fresh project. I think that I would just kind of like sit down and think for a while, be like, what story am I trying to tell at this moment, right? Like, what message am I trying to get across, you know, about myself? And then I start thinking about like what I do actually. I don't know if anybody else does this, but what I do is I sit there because I'm working on a multi-genre album right now. That's like my big thing I really want to do. I got a little bit of rock on there. I got like one rock song with a dude from here. I got a couple more R&B songs. I got some just pop, some singer-songwriter stuff. Like I'm just trying to get a lot, and of course rap. But that's my thing. So like what I try to do is I'm trying to like sit down, I get my feeling. I'm like, how do I want this album to feel when somebody listens to it? You know? So I'm like, all right, I want it to start with this genre. I want it like right now, like for this album I'm making, I'm like, all right, I want this to be an R&B song right here. I want to have this many R&B songs, this many this songs. You know what I mean? And like talk about it. Like I'm very specific. So I'm like, I want to have a more emotional song touching on this subject at this part of the album. And then I just kind of find the right beats, and then I build off of that. But I start with like the type of feeling that I want that album
and just based the mood off of that. And then, like, so okay, you started a project. Is there a person that Zac has that you let hear a project, whether it's a whole project or a song, that ain't a yes man, that ain't a naysayer. I mean, that ain't a yes man, not a naysayer, but that's not a yes man that'll tell you, oh yeah, this fire, this popping,
Oh
or
yeah,
no, this
yeah.
ain't it, Zac.
Yeah, I honestly I just I show some of my friends, I show other artists and other artists I'm close with in Louisville. I'll show my parents even. And, they'll be like, all right, this sounds all right. This sounds not like, like I think you can do better. And it helps because I know they're always gonna be honest with me.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'll also send it to like professors at my school too and see what they think about it before I like put it out. So it's super cool being able to have people that I know are just gonna be just blowing me, just like telling me, all right, I think you can do better, and not. And I feel like just because of the way I am, there's a lot of people in my life that'll just be blunt with me, like they'll just be like, Zac,
yeah.
come on,
and
man,
you need those people in your life, like,
yeah. So it's good, it's cool, it's funny, I like it. But
hella dope. Well, Zac, let's go back to the beginning a little bit. So, like you say, you from Louisville.
Yes,
You born
sir.
and raised.
Yeah, I wasn't born here. I was actually born in Tampa, Florida.
Okay.
I was born in Tampa,
Okay.
Florida. I moved like right after I was born. I moved back. My family's from Louisville.
Talk about talk about your upbringing a little bit, and give us a scope on that, and like how was it growing up in Louisville, just give us
Yeah,
a inside front
definitely.
row seat, if you will.
It's super cool. Louisville's a great city. I know like in the past, like there were times like I think I've grown to love it more, like as I've grown up. But I mean like it's just super cool. It's like a big city, but it's like small town vibes. Like everybody knows each other.
Are there any are there any big musicians that come out of there? Like, is that a place, or like is that a place
Yeah.
that slept on? Like
It's
talk about,
big,
like, you know what
man.
I mean?
Dude, Bryson Tiller,
Yeah.
Jack
Okay.
Harlow.
Mm.
You know what
Mm-hmm.
I'm saying? Those are guys
He's
that have
doing big
inspired me a
things right now.
lot.
He just I think he just won a Billboard award, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah,
Okay.
he
Yeah.
did. Yeah, and he was on a song with Eminem recently. I thought that was pretty cool.
Yeah.
But
Mm-hmm.
it's super cool. So that's inspired me a lot. 2K Baby, ESTG. Those are names.
Yeah.
Mars. Have you ever heard of Mars?
Yeah.
Marzz.
Mhm.
She's dope.
I'm
I'm
tuned in. My ears to the streets, baby.
Yes, sir. I like that. I like that. Yeah. So she got signed to RCA and stuff. She's doing big things too. And she showed me love before, and it's super cool. I always like to show her love. I think she's a great vocalist. But like Louisville has so much talent. Like it's crazy to me how much talent there is. Like so, and then there's some other people that like I work with, like a dude Prodigy the Kid. He's an artist here. That I've worked with. Brandon Mayberry. It's just some cool people that like aren't at that like Mars or Jack Harlow level, but it's like you can
But
tell
they on their way,
they
or
got it. Yeah, definitely. So
that's hella
it's
dope,
cool.
bro. And like, so okay, you grew up, you born in Tampa, grew up in
Yes.
Louisville. Like, how much has growing up in Kentucky, like, shaped like the person, like, not even like the just like who Zac is, like maybe your sound or maybe your influence, like how much of like growing up around there, how much of that has it influenced like who Zac Mason is as an artist?
Well, I think I feel like a lot. I feel like one thing its influence is the fact that like I always like to say that like Louisville's a city. You know what I mean? Kentucky. So everybody gets that like mixed up sometimes. Like, oh, it's Kentucky. It's Kentucky's gonna be Kentucky. It's like no, Louisville's different. It's a city. It's more urbanized and stuff. It's dope. And I think like I got like so my father's side of the family's from more like out in Kentucky, like like yeehaw, you know what I'm saying? And then my mother's family's from here in Louisville. So I've always connected to Louisville, right? So like I'm a Louisville Cardinals fan. The rest of my family's like University of Kentucky fans, like the Wildcats. So like I've always just chosen Louisville over Kentucky, I guess you could say, as far as like what I identify with, because I just love like I love like the feeling of that like city that like fast paced is cool. It's like super just popping. Like I like it, and and I think over time it's like I have gone from like I don't know. I feel like it's just made me more like just in the know. You know what I'm saying? Like I feel like I'm like in a place where like this popping off. Like Atlanta's cool. Like I could totally go to Atlanta and make music, but I also think people's eyes are on Louisville as well right now.
Yeah.
And so like it's helped me a lot, but it's grown like crazy.
And it's always dope being somewhere. See, you don't want to go where it's already saturated. You want to be somewhere where they're like, oh, this is where we need to be, and you already there. So now they gotta come holler at you.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly. And that's why I'm like, I mean, it'd be cool. I go to Atlanta for a weekend, maybe every once in a while, a few days to make music with people. But like, I mean, Louisville's a spot. I love Louisville. It's great.
And see, I like places like that too, because that's where you find sounds that you've never heard. Like that's where you find, like, you know what I'm saying?
Everybody's sound here is so unique, and I feel like it's just smooth. Like the sounds I hear from here, most of the artists I hear are just smooth, just like like really with it, and it's just like I just can connect to it so easily. It's just like the music just moves through my body. It's crazy.
Yeah,
crazy.
You say you started doing music in 2018, right?
Mm-hmm.
So like, do you remember your first track you ever recorded, bro?
Yeah, I do.
Why you laugh?
It's called.
We all done been there, brother. Don't worry about it.
It's called Palm Trees. It's called Palm Trees is what I called it. I made it while I was in Florida. I recorded it on my phone on a video making app. I had a little. Then I started using BandLabs. I started using BandLabs on my phone, but I had like a little mic, like an Xbox headset, plugged up to my phone. Man, I wasn't even on beat. So actually for the video app I used for my first song, I couldn't even hear the beat when I rap. Like I had to do it separately. So like the beat played, and then I had to try to remember the beat and try to like rap on top of it. It was dumb, but like
you had to remember the metronome, like the tempo and all that.
You know what I mean? So like that's how I made songs at first, and it was bad. I'm just gonna say this now because I feel like in 5 years when I'm big and stuff, I feel like it's gonna come out anyway. So I'm just gonna say it. I used to call, like, the reason I had to dig myself out of that hole in 2020 was because I used to go by a little toothpick. That was like my artist name. I was a comedian. I did goofy shit. That's what I did. So I feel like you
laughing, bro, but that's the shit that's popping. And somebody be like, you walking who is it? Warner Brothers, or you anywhere? You walking somewhere, and you be like, yo, I'm a little toothpick, woo. They gonna be like, we don't need to hear nothing else. Come this way.
That's true.
To hear nothing else. You little who? Come this way.
Come this way. We're about to make money with you.
Yeah. What you need? Whatever you need, huh? Ferrari, Lambo.
That's how I started. That's what I did. So. But I mean, it was crazy, man. Like, even so, I went to a small university in Lexington, Kentucky. That was my first school I went to, in 2018. And I was weird, but I loved it. Like, I would walk around and stuff, and like, just like, I was loud. I talked to everybody. I made little toothpick shirts, and I sold them all over campus, and people bought them. And we had Toothpick Tuesdays. Everybody would wear their shirts on Tuesdays. I mean, you just see tons of like little toothpick shirts, just like everywhere. And it had my picture on the back of it, and it had like the toothpick on the front.
Yeah, Yo, somebody when you finally do your like VH1 special, right? And they you know what I'm saying? They go back and it's gonna be somebody that's gonna watch, be like, yo, I knew him when he was Lil Toothpick, bro. Like his music, he didn't got pop, he didn't got bougie on his now, but when he was Lil Toothpick, he was raw.
He was right. That's exactly what they're
Because he
gonna
was
say.
recording, he was rapping to no beat, he was off beat, and we loved it. We didn't care. He didn't
That's
cleaned
how
it
it
up.
was,
Now he
man.
doing songs with like
That's
yo
that's
man.
that's how it is, man. That's how it's gonna be. I swear, my friends always try to mess me up. They're always like, "Hey, you better be careful. I'm about to tell everybody that you were a little toothpick."
You feel me?
They
Look,
try to threaten
man.
me. They try to threaten me. They try to threaten me. So I said it on here. So now it's over. They can't give it
Yeah,
no more.
so with
I put it out. It's
cats
out
out the
there.
bag, you know.
Yeah, it's out the bag now. We done did it.
It's
I
all
feel
good.
good. I feel good.
Okay, so from 2018, now it's 2021.
Okay.
That's a lot of time to just work on your craft and evolve, if you will, right?
Yeah.
How
Yeah.
would you describe like your
Yeah.
sound now
Yeah.
as of 2021, like as we're in a new era? This the new
Yeah.
era is that we was toothpick then, but now we ZM, you feel me?
Yes.
How
Yeah.
would you describe your sound?
I think my sound is more mature now. I feel like that's what I've always. That's especially since New Days. Like I feel like my sound has just matured, and I like that a lot. Like I'm finding my own things to say. I'm finding my own sound in my voice and my own flows and stuff, and it's super cool. So I feel like I've just gotten more like comfortable with the idea of me being an artist.
Mhm.
And honestly, so this is crazy. So 2019 was the year that, I got my whole autoimmune thing and I was in the hospital. But that summer of 2019, so I got the autoimmune thing started in August, right in the fall. But in the summer of 2019, I was like going to like Chicago and New York City because I was going to do comedy school. I didn't want to do that. Like I had known I didn't want to do that, but like I was still like, because I didn't know what else. Because I was like, man, like school doesn't sound fun. I want to go to comedy school. Like I guess that's the only thing that I know about that's creative for real at the moment. Like for like that I've put more time in. So I'm just gonna go to school for it. And then in New York is when I started. In July in New York is when I started feeling pain in my body, and I was like, man, I can't even like this hurts a lot. Like, and I thought it was a reaction to medicine, but it wasn't. It was like this autoimmune thing from stress, and um, that like put me out. Like obviously I couldn't move anywhere, so I had a lot of time to think.
Mhm.
And what's really interesting is like I wasn't in school. I was trying to take classes online just to, because I felt like I wanted to get stuff done. Like I felt bad just staying there, but like there was weeks I couldn't even lift up my head out of my bed. Like it was in so much pain, and so like I was in my own quarantine, like of myself in fall of 2019, right? And then when I finally got better and I finally started getting out, it was like January 2020. I was feeling really good. I started like losing weight again, just getting like back in it. And then quarantine hit everybody. And everybody dealt with it like horribly. Everybody was like, this is horrible. This is crazy. And I was like, man, I've been quarantined. I've been in my own quarantine for the past 6 months. So I'm like, I know what to expect now. Like all y'all have no idea. Like I've been in my house. Like I haven't been out. So like I was kind of doing my own little quarantine thing because of my health. And so when the actual like COVID hit everywhere in the pandemic, I wasn't like, I was used to it.
Mhm.
So like it didn't mess me up any. And I just started focusing. I just used that as time, like time to work on stuff.
And like you said, you did the self quarantine and then COVID hit, so that allowed you to like zero in and focus in on
Yeah,
redevelopment, if you will, like reconstruction of who you are.
exactly. Yeah,
So
that's
it was like
exactly
a blessing in disguise.
exactly. Yes, it was. And like I think it's interesting because like for like it's called Still's disease is what I have. It's called Still's, like STILS, and it was like it really just made me be still.
Mhm.
Like like in my life, like I slowed down everything. I wasn't going fast no more. I had time to think. And that's when I found music in the fall of 2019 is when I found that I actually did like really love music. And I actually put out a whole album on like all platforms in the fall of 2019. And I took it down because I didn't like, because like when I started to like actually get good at music, like when I put out New Days, I was like, we're going to take this down.
You
So
you sitting on that album right now?
the other album,
Yeah.
that's gone now. I ain't putting it out. It was old. I made it on Audacity, man. It was all
But
mixed on Audacity.
oh man, I was about to be like, how much you need? Send me them files. Let me see what's
you
going on, baby.
you don't want the files. You don't want the files. It was crazy. You would have thought it was a whole different person, man. You'd be like,
Really?
is that
That
Zach?
was Toothpick.
That was Toothpick. That was probably the remains of Toothpick. Like, I was going by Zach, but like
But yeah,
the rest, yeah, like
that
I wasn't fooling anybody. Like it was still
yeah,
Toothpick at that time,
yeah.
but
Yeah,
yeah,
but see, that's what I say about perseverance, bro. That's what I say about that's what I mean about if you want something, bro, you gonna show that you want it, bro. Because
yeah,
like, look at all the things you was going through, like between 2018 and 2021, like you know what I'm saying, going to New York, falling out and having a horrible breakup with your ex, you know what I'm saying. COVID hitting, sitting down again, having a quarantine. Like, you know what I mean? Look at
right.
everything you've grown through to be able to say, like, that's why I say your next project, bro, your next 2, 3 projects, bro, they gonna be smashes. I already know it, bro, because you got a story that needs to be heard.
Thank you. I'm excited. I'm very excited. And it's funny. This is like my first interview ever. This is my first podcast, my first interview thing. So like I wanted to. I was hoping we would unpack this because I wanted my first time like being interviewed. I wanted to have the opportunity to like tell my story a little bit.
Yeah, bro, and that's
So I
and
appreciate
see,
it, man. It's cool. It's cool.
no, I appreciate you, bro, because see, that's what I like to do, man. Yeah, I like to talk about the music, but like everybody don't want to everybody want to, especially if it's a song you like everybody want to
Yeah.
know, you know what I'm saying, especially if it's an artist you like we nosy as a people, like, so we want to know what's going on because the good, the bad, and the ugly, we can relate, you know what I'm saying. As long as
Yeah.
we can relate, we feel like we have somebody else to talk to, like, you know what I mean.
Yeah. Yeah.
And
Definitely.
then and just for you, speaking for you, like I just like me myself, I just started therapy. I think about a month ago. So like you
Me too.
releasing this is another form
Hey,
of therapy. Like, you know what
me
I
as
mean?
well.
Yeah.
My first time. I didn't even have a real like intense reason. I was like, a lot of people are saying it feels good and like it helps and clears
Look,
things up.
man,
So I
you
was like, I'm
I
gonna
just
jump on it.
look.
I want to try it.
My wife had been telling me for years, like, you know what I'm saying, like, just go talk to somebody, and like, because we get this perception that, like, because we want to go talk to a therapist, that we crazy, or that like like, or like,
Yeah.
we somewhere in the corner slitting our wrists. But no, sometimes
Ah,
you just need somebody that's neutral, that's going you know what I
that's a good
mean,
word. That's a good word. Yeah.
you
Yeah. I know
know
what you mean. Yeah.
a neutral ear that's not there to judge you.
Yeah.
Sometimes they might just sit there and just listen as you just talk about everything that you need to come out. So that's hella dope that you
And they
doing.
go to school for that. Like they study that. Like they go to school for that for years. So like they know things about that stuff.
Yeah,
The brain,
yeah,
psychology.
yeah. So keep going with that, bro. Like I say, I'm a month in, and I'm gonna keep going with it, bro. Because like I
Yes,
say, it's
sir.
it's healthy, bro, and we
Yeah.
all need it,
Definitely.
man. So, Zach, man, where do you see yourself going with your art? Like, what's your end game with like the whole, with your whole artistry? Is it just artists? Are you looking to maybe sign some talent by the end of it? Are you looking to maybe drift off into movies? Like, what's your end game?
Man, all of it, man. I want to be a brand. Like I want to make myself a brand. I want to have shoes. I want to be in movies. Like I've acted before in like little things. You know what I'm saying? So like I did this one project my freshman year of college, and I remember it looked pretty professional. It was cool. I got shot. That was like literally my whole part was like I got shot and I died. But I had some speaking things. It was cool. I had fake blood in my mouth and stuff. But it like acting was fun. It was a cool experience, and like I definitely would like that'd be cool.
You got that bug.
I'd like to get into like all that stuff. I'd like to be like a brand for sure. But also I would love to sign like to a record label. I think that'd be
Really?
super.
See, that's the first time I heard somebody. That's the first time I've interviewed somebody, and they was like, "Yeah, I sign."
Yeah, I would love to. I have no problem with it because my thing is it's called the music business, so it's obviously gonna have business. Um, somebody, I don't know if you do you know who John Woo is? He's from Louisville. He's been a producer for Jack Harlow before.
Yeah.
He's Mars's manager.
Yeah.
Dope
Yeah.
guy. We go to this thing called Producers Corner here, and it's like just a bunch of creatives, whether it's videographers or artists, pull up, and John Woo hosts it, and it's at a different place every time. It's like once a month, and it's just a good networking thing. People can showcase songs and stuff. So I go there and I'll talk to him, and we were talking about Russ, and we were just kind of talking about like how he's done it independent. I was like, you think that like what do you think on Russ? And he was like, I think Russ had like that worked for him, but like it might not work for you. What works for you might not work for somebody else. And I was thinking like he explained it was like the music business is like it's like a food truck kind of it's like a food joint. If you want to open a food joint and you don't have any money at all, you're gonna need a loan. You're gonna need you're gonna need something. So you go to somebody with all the money and you're asking them for what they have to help you. So obviously if they say, oh, let's split it 50-50, you're gonna say, sure, because I have nothing right now, so I want to split this 50-50. It's music business. So like that's how I look at it. It's like if a record label wants to whatever, as long as like I just want the resources and I want the platform that they have to offer, because with record label signings come the platform and the resources and the the ability to do stuff.
And as long as you on,
I don't care about the money.
As long as you on your game, and as long as you know what you know, then you won't allow yourself to be, Vaseline, if you will.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying?
Exactly. Yeah. That's another reason why I'm doing music business in school. Like I'm studying music business, so I understand it, so I can like fend for myself.
Who would you love? Who was your like? Who would you love to like? That's on your wish list of collaborators. You know what I'm saying? That's on your wish list. You like, yo, on this next album, if I had a budget, I got a budget. Let's say you got a budget. Your next
budget, man. That's
who on that wish list. You can get anybody you want.
Anybody. Holy moly! Wow, that's a big one. That's a big one. Because my mind automatically goes to Jack Harlow, but nah, I want to do that. I feel like a lot of people compare me to Jack Harlow just because like the way I look, and it's dope. But like, I feel like maybe Bryson Tiller, possibly. I like him a lot. He's a legend,
That'd
man.
Be hard.
He's man. He's like the OG from Louisville. I feel like I probably want to keep it. I'd probably want to do something from Louisville because like that's my dream. I feel like is to make a song with a big artist from Louisville that's blown up. So like I think that'd be crazy. But if not from Louisville, man, I think a song with Russ would be very interesting. G-Eazy be cool.
Yeah.
Kanye be dope.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Hey man, we putting that out in the atmosphere right now. You feel me? We putting it out there right now.
We're
like sometimes you gotta claim and throw it up there.
I like all those artists, man. Hey, I'm a pop fan too, like Justin Bieber, man. Shawn Mendes. I listen to all that stuff. It influences me. It helps me create different sounds.
Absolutely, like that, and that's what I like to do. Like even I'm an artist, but even as a producer, I like to create different sounds just to be able to just, reach. Like I mean, because the longer, the further your reach is as far as your sound, the bigger the bag is. Like let's be honest. Let's really be honest
that's
about
facts. It. Facts, yeah. So, yeah, that's like. Probably Bryson Tiller. That would be my solid answer for that question. Be Bryson Tiller.
The world opened back up, bro. We back outside, man. Any places like any places that you would love to just hit performance wise, or that you plan on hitting performance wise?
So I got hit up the other day by a group called Infused here in Louisville, and they were hitting me up about opening, opening for an artist, and the show would be at the Diamond Pub Concert Hall here in Louisville, and like that's crazy. Like Lil Wayne's performed on that stage before. Like, I don't care if I'm opening for somebody. I don't care. My feet are the same place Lil Wayne's were. That's dope. I like that.
Yeah,
that's awesome. Like, yeah. So I'm still thinking about it. I would have 15 minutes to perform. I get to choose some songs. So I'm thinking about it right now. It's late July is when it would happen. But that I've never performed before.
Okay.
because like
Okay.
I pretty much
This would
started
be
during COVID.
yeah. This would be you losing your virginity, your stage
Yeah,
virginity.
I mean,
You
I've done
feel
stand
me?
up comedy on stage, so I've done stand up comedy on stage, and people always say comedy is the hardest thing you're gonna do on stage. That stand up comedy is one of the hardest things you're ever gonna do. So
And not only that, you got that, you got that energy. So I already know you know what I'm saying? When you go out there, you gonna be able to rock a crowd, whether it's 5 or 5,000. Like, you know what I'm saying?
yeah.
You got that energy. You
I
got that
appreciate
energy about yourself. If Zach wasn't writing music right now and comedy wasn't an option, what would Zach be doing?
it. That's interesting. Zach would be involved in, man, I probably a business. I would like to like be a part of a business, like start up a business or something like that. Or this is random, but it'd be awesome to be a cruise ship director. You know what I'm saying?
Word.
Bro, that's fire, bro. Like think about that. You get money and you get to live on there for free. You get to eat for free because you're on a cruise ship. You get to travel the world. Like,
Yo, you know,
and you get to be looked at as a celebrity on the cruise. That's amazing. Dude, that's
Yo.
awesome. That I would love that, bro. Hey, that would be awesome, bro. Like,
He
man,
say, matter
and
of fact, yeah, I want to do that one.
think about it. You get all the money and you don't have to spend it on nothing. You just put money away at that point because you're just doing everything you're just living there for free, eating for
You
free.
already traveling. You already doing what you want to do.
It's an investment. It's
And
a
this is
life
my
investment.
job to just be
That
able to just. My job is vacation.
Yeah, exactly. Hey, if we keep talking about that, I might go do that. So we I'm getting
Yo,
excited
and
about that all of a
you know
sudden.
what else would be dope? I don't know if you have thought about this or if you have done this already, but just like, like even with your with what just as far as mental health and things like that, talking, going and talking in public to maybe some
Yeah,
youth and maybe just
yeah.
going to do some nonprofits and stuff like that, getting into stuff like that because it looks good on your resume, whether it's a artist resume or period, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying?
I would
Because
love to. I would love to do that.
you know what I'm saying? Especially somebody with your voice and your talent, they would they would take to heart
Yeah,
a lot of things that you would say, and you would be able to drop a lot of jewels for them.
that's true. Yeah, I think it'd be. I already planned like when was it? Sometime in June. It was National Tourette's Awareness Day, right?
Mm-hmm.
And that was my first time like really going like making a big deal about it on social media. And so that's really cool. So I
Yeah,
would
I
like to
seen
just do
that.
more
I
of that.
seen
I'd
it.
like to do more of that. And like that girl on my song on New Days, No Strings Attached. There's that girl Eva Katharina, and she's from another country, but she's got Tourette's. So
Okay.
it was kind of cool making a song with her, and we're definitely gonna collab again soon. I'm hoping for this next album. I'm hoping to get her on there, but it's cool. Like it's so cool getting like if we both have Tourette's and we're making like a banger together. Like that's so cool.
Yeah, and like I say, it's hella dope for a person that's a supporter. I don't like to say fan, but a person that's supporter of you because
Yeah,
they be like, not only is he hella dope, like you know what I'm saying. Then your DMs will start, yo, this today I was going through this and woo woo. Like, what do you think I should? You know what I'm saying? That's hella dope to
yeah,
be able to be a voice for somebody. Like,
yeah,
that's really like using your talent. Like, you know what I mean?
yeah. It feels good. I'm excited to get more into that over the next year. Just like start getting involved in more things as far as like performing, doing more like trying to start things up with Tourette's like awareness and stuff like that. Those are
Yeah,
big things I'm looking at.
dope, man. Well,
But yeah.
what's next for Zach? What we got next on the menu, baby?
Next on the menu. I want to drop another music video very soon.
Mhm.
I want to drop a new single. Then I want to drop my debut album.
Okay,
I want to
okay,
drop my debut. I want to do a debut album. I know it's crazy, but like,
okay.
because I'm not like, huge or anything. But like, I know I've always been wondering. I'm like, is it the right time to drop a debut album? But it's like if I feel like it's the right time, then it's the right time
Mhm.
because it's my art. And I'm just putting out my art. So I feel like I'm at the right place. Then I'm very close to the right place to dropping my debut album. To feeling really good about dropping it and like telling us.
And you built you started building that listenership that's we
Yeah.
ready. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah.
We ready. You know what I'm saying? Zach. We beating on the tables, baby. Like, you know what I'm saying?
I
We
love
banging
that.
the lockers. You feel me?
It's coming. It's coming. It's on the
Yeah.
way. It's on the way.
Okay.
I'm
So
excited.
new music coming. Hopefully, some scripts will come past him that
I'm
he'll look at
also
it and be like, you know what I'm saying?
I'm also trying to I in December I'm gonna release my first episode of a podcast. I'm gonna start interviewing
Let's
artists
get
from
it.
Louisville.
Let's
From Louisville. I'm
get
trying
it.
I'm
Yeah.
trying to do artists from Louisville. I'm trying to like shine some light on Louisville.
Yeah. That's
Yeah.
hella dope, bro. And they will appreciate that and see it goes hand in hand because now the viewers not only can see like what's going on in Louisville, but if they not up on Zach the artist, they might be up on Zach the podcast host. But if they not
Yeah.
on Zach the artist, like it goes hand in hand. Like one hand
Yeah.
watches the other, bro. So that's hella dope, bro.
Yeah. I'm excited. I'm very excited.
That's hella dope, bro. Like, and like I say, new so music coming,
Yes, sir.
podcast coming,
Yeah.
new visuals hopefully coming. You know what I'm
Most
saying?
definitely.
And if you take a cruise, you might just see him on that boy too.
You might you,
Because
might- you might
he
see me.
sounds
You
like
might
he
you
was
might see me
adamant
out
about
there.
that, ladies
I
and gentlemen.
might I might be out there.
You think about it? You ever think about jumping back on the stage?
For
Comedy?
comedy. I think after my music career is said and done, I think after I do what I do in that, I think I'd like to jump back on the
You like a
stage.
one night stand? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, man. Like, let's see. Yeah, yeah, exactly. I think that'd be fun. I could see me as like a 50 or 60-year-old, just like got that wisdom, gray
You see what I'm
hair,
saying? Because
just
they
like
say a lot of, you
up
know what
there.
they say? They say a lot of comedians are the best. Some of your best comedians can do everything. Like look at Jamie Foxx.
Yeah,
He can jump on the stage. He can sing. He can jump behind the camera or in front of the
yeah,
camera, if you will. Like you know what I'm saying?
yeah. It's crazy. So I'm
That's
I'm
hella
trying I'm
dope.
trying to do that. I'm trying to do that.
That's hella dope, Zach. Well, I appreciate you for going live with me, Zach. Tell them where they can find your music and tell them where they can find you at on social media, bro.
It's been fun. It's been fun. I've loved it. You can find my music on like all platforms, Apple, Spotify, stuff like that, Google Play, whatever. My Instagram is at Zac Mason Music. That's ZACMASON. So that's pretty much all my social media. It's the same thing all around. But yeah.
Once
Hey,
again,
hey,
Zach.
watch it. Ready. I'm about ready. I'm about to look at the camera in, but one of those.
Yeah, give it to
Yes,
him.
sir.
Hey, well, there we have it, baby. Zac Mason, I appreciate you for joining me, going live with me.
Thank you. Thank
Live
you.
lit, my G.
Thank you. Thank you. It's been good, man. It's been good.
Yes, sir.